Hello, hello, everyone out in Facebook land. I just realized it's 8:42, and I'm doing a lot of things this evening because I just finished my laundry for, well, the way that I do it for the month. Because I only do my laundry. I do all of my laundry. Yes, thank you. My dog you probably can't hear it because I'm in my headphone, but my dog was just like lapping up water like it was his job for a second there. Um, And so it takes me like all day to do my laundry because I only do it once every 6 weeks, really is what it is. Anyway, so I realized how late it was and I was like, okay, I said that I was going to get on tonight, which means I want to be a person of my word, so I'm getting on. So accountability. I ate one time today at 1 p.m. I'm hungry right now, but I am going to force myself to not eat something this late because, as I've said in prior vlog posts, I don't sleep well when I eat very close to the time that I'm going to bed. So I will live, I will chug some water and be fine. At 1 o'clock, I made myself, I have like vegetarian version of bacon. So I made myself some of that. I'll be honest with you, I was kind of eating it as I was making it, and I did not keep track of how many pieces I ate. I probably ate 10 pieces, to be completely honest, but I didn't eat 10 real pieces of bacon. And then what I did was I made bagels, like mini bagels, so like baby bagels, and I made 2 of them, and I decided to keep them open, and I made myself little mini bagel BLTs. With lettuce, tomato, mayo. And then I had a glass of pomegranate juice and I ate a Honeycrisp apple. And that's what I ate today. I really honestly didn't get hungry again. I was at 1. I was famished by the time that happened because I was doing a bunch of other things before I did that. And so that's probably the reason why I was munching while I was eating. But I will say I made 2 packages of my bacon, and I probably, with my hunger level, could have eaten the whole 2 packages by myself. My parents helped me eat a couple of pieces, which I was surprised. Because usually when I'm like, here, try this, they're like, no, first of all. But second of all, even if they do eat it, they're like, ooh, this is fake meat, gross. But this time they were like, yeah, that's actually really good. I think my dad had like 3 or 4 pieces. But what I did was I divide them up by serving for the rest of the week. So I have them for when I am working on Tuesday and Wednesday. And then I am watching my little guy at their house on Friday. And so I pack my lunch. So I have them for that. I don't know if I'll do the same thing with BLTs, but, I kind of just like to eat the bacon, just munch on it. Without really eating it with anything else. I have been known to eat that I make this like avocado mayo, that I make it myself with avocados, mayonnaise, and some spices and stuff. And so I will sometimes, which is probably not the best thing because mayonnaise, just eating it as a dip is not a good idea. I will say I don't put very much mayonnaise in it, but still. And I use the bacon like chips and I eat it like that. So maybe I'll do that this time. I just have to buy avocados. I went and worked out this morning. So that's good. And it really helps me throughout my day feel great. And then I really have just been kind of working on, right now I'm working on getting the videos uploaded. If you might not have watched my live earlier, but I did kind of like a catching up of what's going on, why I haven't been on, and what's going to happen, that the devotionals aren't going to be live anymore, at least for the time being, while the schedule looks the way that it does. So I recorded a couple of them earlier today. I need to finish the rest of them tomorrow. I kind of ran out of time. And I'm working on getting them uploaded. My goal is to have them go live every day, Eastern time, which is where I am, at 5 a.m. so that you guys have them, for whatever time it is. I mean, I'm getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning, but I would assume I might be one of the only ones that's on this page that's getting up that early. So I want to make sure that you have them. So they at 6 a.m. That is the time that I'm scheduling them for. They'll go live every day and you will have them. Let's see, I'm trying to think. Oh, tomorrow I start a class that goes for the next 4 Mondays, which means that my daily check-in will be a post instead of a video check-in. So just FYI, so that you know that. Honestly, I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I want to share. I mean, accountability wise, that was pretty much it for the day. I feel like I'm just kind of playing catch up from not like doing very much other than working this past week. And trying to start the week just in general off well tomorrow. So yeah, I have 3 kiddos tomorrow, so it'll be a fun day. Always is when it's the 3 of them. They're a blast. Yeah, I'm honestly not entirely sure what else I want to share with you guys. I'm like going back in the recesses of my mind, because I listened to some audiobooks today, and you know me, I'm like consistently like listening to things, watching things. If there was anything that I felt like I needed to share, oh, there was this like really cool thing that I was listening to Chris Valentin book today about spiritual intelligence, where he's talking about what's called like, you know how like everybody talks about emotional, like EQ and things like that. Well, there's like a spiritual intelligence and things like that. And something that I was like, just whoa about is, there is a group of people in I might be misquoting this, but I'm pretty sure it's California, and they have partnered with the police. This is crazy and like super cool. They have partnered with the police in helping find lost kids, and they use their prophetic gift of being able to see in the spirit, and it's I was just like, I mean, I'll be honest with you. A couple of years ago, I was driving around and I was thinking about that. And it was crazy too, because I started watching this new series that started when they had the shutdown for the script writers and the actors and stuff, Actors Guild. They started doing these new series of things. And one of them was this new series, and I'm not going to go into full details about it. It's this new series called Found. And it was about, they literally would go and find lost kids. And it was crazy because there was a not so great guy that they would go to. So basically all of them, I'm not going to give the full detail of whatever, but basically all of them that formed this group, and were part of this business, basically, organization, agency, whatever you want to call it. They had all been kidnapped in some way, and they had been found. Or one of the ladies, her son was kidnapped, and so she came and became part of the team. And so the main lady had been kidnapped, and she actually escaped. Like, she wasn't found; she escaped her kidnapper. And then, the whole thing is just insane, because you find out that she, and you find this out in the first episode. So if you want to watch the series, I'm not messing anything up for you. You find out that she actually has captured her captor, her person that kidnapped her. She has captured him and is holding him in her basement. So she goes and gets intel from him and like gives him the case and says, what would you do if you were the person that kidnapped? And he is like, the rest of the team isn't aware of this, but he is literally helping them find these lost kids. It's just like, whoa. So when he was talking about that, it made me think about that. And I was like, man, in that thing, this is somebody that is a little twisted and did this himself and stuff, but we have the ability to tap into what Holy Spirit sees and says, which is like next level. And so that was really cool. If I find what that's called or what, I'll put it in the comments down below. But that was just like, I literally, a couple years ago, I did not know that this existed. A couple years ago, I was on the phone with a friend, and I was like, man, wouldn't it be so cool if there was like these people who would get together and they would intercede and they could actually stop crime from happening. So this is like a little bit kind of along those lines. like actually stop it from happening and be able to, like, the Lord direct them to go, hey, go to this street corner. There's a murder or a robbery that's getting ready to take place, because obviously God knows that that's going to happen. Sending them to the place that this stuff is getting ready to take place and being able to intervene, like, before it even happens. And so this is kind of after the fact, but thinking about, like, the fact that we could actually stop it from happening. And I can't even remember. I had like a name for it and everything. It never went any further than a conversation with a friend. But when I was listening to that today, it reminded me of that. And I was like, man, I didn't even know this existed. But basically these people are, these people have paired up with their local police department. So when the police get like an APB out about somebody, a child that gets lost, like they contact these people, and it's crazy. And the one story he shared was that, this child, I think it was a little girl. This little girl had been kidnapped by a family member, but they didn't know that that's who it was that had kidnapped her. And she was a girl that was developmentally challenged. And so it was like, they like needed to find her, even, not that it's more important, but when there's a developmentally challenged person that might not be able to get themselves out of a situation, whereas like a child that maybe isn't, differently abled, they put like a higher alert on that. Again, I don't even know if that's like the right way of saying it, but basically one of the people they reached out to that's part of this prophetic group saw what the house looked like, saw the first letter of the street name and something else, and it clued them into exactly where she was. And she was found within 24 hours. Y'all, that is next level. That's super cool. So I guess that's my thing I'm sharing with you today. If I find it online and I'm able to post it down below, I will, so you guys can look at it, because like that was nuts. Also, that book is really amazing and you should read it too. I feel like it's called Spiritual Intelligence is what it's called. I'll post that down below too, but it's a book by Chris Valentin. I feel like it's his last one that he's put out recently, maybe within the last 2 years or so. But yeah, I finished listening to that today and then started another book. But that was one of the last, like, he shared all this stuff throughout the book, and then the last thing he shared was that. And I was like, dude, like, what? That's crazy. I would have started the book with that and been like, hey, do you realize this is possible? And then gone from there. But it was a cool way to end it too. There's also, I listened to the audiobook, and so it didn't have it at the end, but there's also a way for you to go on his website and check what your SI, I guess, spiritual intelligence, whatever, take a test, and you can see what your SI is on there. And so if I find that, I'll post it down below too. But yeah, anyway, I have talked for way too long about things that I feel like I was just kind of finding something because I always hate getting on here and being like, hey, here's my accountability for the day. I exercised and I ate this food. Go me. Like, it just feels weird. I always want to leave you guys with some sort of morsel beyond that. Pun intended. So anyway, I hope you guys have a great day. The devotion will be posted at 6 a.m. or sorry, I said 5 a.m. tomorrow. And I will not be checking in via video tomorrow, but I will be posting pictures of what I ate and when I exercised and all that stuff for accountability. So love all of you. Have a great rest of your Sunday night, and I'll talk to you later.